Hey everybody, my name is D.FINED and I'm the principal at D.FINED Performance Solutions. And I have today here with me Trish Tagle. And Trish, I want to welcome you for this rapid fire interview with you.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for having me, Doug. I appreciate it.
So let's start with your bio, okay? I'm going to let our listeners know who you are and what you do. Trish Tagle is an established efficiency expert and a BS assassin. She has international experience having worked with organizations in the US and Asia. Trish applies optimal thinking and the SIEZE framework as a means to a profitable end. She lives in New York and is an avid traveler. Anytime she's engaged in a conversation about her value model, invariably she hears comments like this: "We need that here. What you do, we need here." Clients are drawn to her no nonsense, let's get down to business approach, and her gift for quickly grasping the big picture. Trish has created palpable improvement in client relationships for a great number of organizations, and she'd like to do the same for your organization. So again, welcome, Trish.
Hi, Doug. Again, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
You betcha. I have a style of interviewing that's kind of rapid fire. So I have 7 questions for you. And at the end, you can share whatever else you want. The floor will be yours, but the questions are mine for now, okay?
Yes, no problem.
Okay. Number 1, who do you work best with and your ideal clients?
So I work best with the stakeholders of the company or the leaders of a large account. Obviously, different organizations are set up in different ways, but those are the people that I work best with, because what my framework does is create change, create action. And most organizations have not given the authority for the junior teams to make these kinds of decisions that I help the leaders make. So those are the people I work best with. And my ideal client is a service-oriented business, and they're making upwards of $3 million.
Okay, upwards of $3 million. What's the problem that you help them solve?
The biggest problem that they have is the lack of clarity for what the issue, around the issues that are going on in the business. So I help them break that down with a value model that I have, and we go through different sections and figure out where the bottlenecks are and prioritize the action steps. So again, it's a lack of clarity around what do we do next? Because as you know, a lot of organizations have a lot of meetings and nothing gets done. So wow. I eliminate that.
All right, you're going to help stop those meetings that nothing gets done. That would probably be a great thing for every company in the world to have. Meetings that are doing something. In those meetings, you wouldn't just be sitting down with the principal that you talked about, but you'd be sitting down with his or her team with that when you're clarifying things with your model.
Well, basically, it would be the stakeholders for each department.
I
see.
If
I was working with an organization, and let's just throw out different departments. Let's say it would be HR, management, R&D, marketing. Okay, so those tech, those
yes.
types of departments. So the heads of those departments. Now, if it was for an account, it would be the most senior account person, the most senior project manager, and down the line. So the senior level people of either the owners of the organization, the leader, right. Top leaders of the organization, or the top leaders of the large account.
Perfect, thank you. What's the common mistake that people make when they're trying to solve or get clarity without you?
Without me. Well, the common mistake I believe that they do is they don't ask the right questions. They don't ask the hard questions. And even if they do ask the hard questions and get the right answers, they don't follow through with the action. Because change is difficult. But at the same time, it's how much more money do you want to make by eliminating all of these mistakes, issues, and even slight course corrections. There can be quite a bit of impact with course corrections. So, that's basically the issue that I help them solve. So.
Okay, I love what you just said. Sometimes they're avoiding the hard questions.
Mm-hmm.
And can you go a little deeper with that? Like, why is it that, like, let's say a leadership team in a department of a larger organization, why is it that they're not good at asking the hard questions?
Because the answer might be they're the problem, or they're creating a problem. It's hard. I can't say this about all organizations, but there's a lot of yes people out there. And unfortunately, the higher up you go, a lot more people like to say yes to you. You might not have the best answers. So, and again, the further away you get from the day-to-day work, the less you know about the day-to-day work. You have to be in the weeds to really understand it. So are you talking to your people? Are you talking to your team? So that's why they don't ask the hard questions. It's something they don't know, and they don't want to hear the answer.
Wow.
So it's human nature. It's human nature.
Right. There was a phenomenon years ago of someone said there's a behavior called the executive eyes glaze over. And when someone's asking them kind of a hard question, or you're facing something that is difficult and they don't want to discuss it, then it's just, you get this, your eyes glaze over, and you're done. The person asking the question has to walk away at that point because they don't want to go there. And that's conversations are what business is all about, though. Good businesses, the culture is having good conversations that make a difference. So thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely.
What is something that the audience can implement today that will make a difference? Or it's midday Friday, so how about Monday morning?
There's many things that I can say, but based on my last answer, maybe on Monday, admit, I don't know.
Wow.
Admit to a team, I don't know. Educate me on what you do.
Wow.
Because like you said, it's a conversation, and it's understanding what the people are that are doing the day-to-day. People are doing the actual work, who have actual client contact. Okay. What are they doing? What do I don't know about what you're doing? And that's I think the most important thing, because the contracts are getting sold and signed at a higher level, and then they're being executed at a slightly lower level. Mm-hmm. And do you really understand the work that goes into the service you're selling? Do you really understand what's going on? Because environments change, especially in this day. Environments change very rapidly. So what do you not know? Don't be afraid to say, I don't know, and ask that question, because one, you're going to learn. Mm-hmm. But the second thing about that is you're going to enable somebody who is at a lower level to say, I don't know as well, right? So you're role modeling a behavior you want your whole team, your whole company. Not that you have people who say, I don't know, and don't find answers. The I don't know leads to the answers. Okay, so it's an educational thing. So first thing Monday morning is go to some department where you are so cut off from that area of expertise, and say, hey, I don't know about X. Why don't you tell me? And you never know.
Yeah,
there's something to learn. Every day is a day.
Yeah, and I would add, it sure would be nice for someone, a leader like you're saying, to kind of admit, I don't know, and tell me what you do. They still might be getting, putting polish all over what I do. and they're not really going to admit right away that they have issues and problems. So maybe a follow-on question after what you do is, tell me your biggest concerns that you think I need to know in, coming up, or what's happened, or in the next month or so. I really want to be aware of your concerns so I can help you. We can have a common knowledge about things we have to tackle together. So anyway, I love what you're saying, and I appreciate that. That's something that they could implement Monday morning. So thank you. From all your experience, Trish, what's the most valuable free tip that you can give?
Oof. I just gave the what's the most valuable free? Okay, this is something else. Never ask for more than you can give. I think that is a way to look at the work that because you come up through the ranks. Not everybody like jumps out of school or just jumps into a high level position. You usually come up through the ranks, right?
Sure.
So at some point in your life, you knew what it was like to be working at a junior level.
Yes.
So what is it that you did not like about that you can make easier for the people that are working on that position?
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't like it before, don't keep allowing that task to be done. You cannot remove every single task because, that's how things get done. But how do you make it more efficient? How do you make it easier? How do you make it better? That's what a leader's job to me is. So if you didn't like it, how do you fix it so that it becomes more palatable?
Right.
And again, it goes back to never ask for more than you don't, never ask for more than you can give.
Yeah, that's super. There's some deep stuff you're saying here, really deep stuff, and I appreciate it. And our listeners are going to really appreciate this.
I hope so.
Yeah. That's why we're here, huh?
Yeah.
How can people learn more about you, about your work? And do you have any kind of free resource that you would be willing to share with our listeners?
They can obviously learn more about me by going to my website, trishtagly.com. I do have a free resource. I will send you the link and you can share that.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's a quick way to drill down to what you need to do right now. Because a lot of people, there's so many things that they need to do that they where they want to affect change. They want to implement certain things, but they don't know where to start. And this list is a common sense way for you to go through and figure out, oh, okay, this is what I need to do right now. So that's something I can share with you.
Wonderful. Hey, I'm going to just clarify your website again. It will be up with this, but it's Trish Tagle, which is spelled TAGLE.com, right? www.TrishTagle, which is spelled TAGLE.com. Now, I'm sneaking in another question about that special skill of yours. Of course I am, right? That special skill of yours is that you are a BS assassin. So what does that mean?
Well, when I was working in corporate, I was brought in to fix things. I was the troubleshooter. Even on other people's accounts, when my accounts ran mostly smoothly. Obviously, we can't say it's 100%, but I would say pretty close to that on the work that my teams and the work that we did, because I was very direct and honest. But I basically cut through the BS that's out there. I am not a fluff person. I see the big picture, and I know how to put the pieces together in order to make that big picture come to life. So when you get me, you get somebody who's going to ask you the hard questions, get the, pull the answers out from you that you need to hear, because it's your organization, it's where you want to implement change. And like I said, I just cut right through it. And I was joking around about the assassin so many years ago. Like, I'm the assassin because the assassin goes in, they get the job done, and they leave. Okay. So I used to be like, that's what I am. I go in, I get the job done, I leave. And yeah, and then it kind of stuck.
Wonderful.
So
I think it's an awesome moniker to have. We need a logo for that.
Yeah,
So,
we might just make t-shirts.
yeah, at least t-shirts or ball caps. Ball caps.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So Trish, the last words are yours.
The last words are mine. Well, basically, I pretty much said a lot of what my philosophy is on leadership and how to move the company forward. And there's my optimal thinking. Okay.
Right.
I'm writing a book of this. It's going to be out by the end of the year, but it's a way of thinking where you have profit and team morale come together. And what company doesn't want that?
Amen.
So, yeah. So that's, if you think optimally, people will be happier, not just clients, but the team, and you make money. So let's leave you with that one. Look out for the book.
That sounds great. And you are a published author already, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And since we've talked before, I just need to hear the title of that book that you've promised me. It's a beautiful title.
Yes, I did promise you. I want it to be in print so you can hold it, actually.
Of course.
So I'm waiting for that, the print piece of that to be finished. But the title of that is Everybody Knows You Suck, Bad Book Stories. A succinct guide. So, I mean, it's not a rant book. Now let's clarify. I know, it sounds like it's a book where I'm just ranting. No. This is a collection of stories where I go through the employee experience, the leadership mistake, and the leadership correction. So there's learning,
of course,
in this book. It's not just writing stories about bad bosses and there's no solution. Okay, it's a solution-focused book.
Well, I want our listeners to go after that too. When do you think it will be in print? Soon enough?
It's soon enough. It's for some reason the design of the cover is just taking a while, the development of the cover. But it's available in ebook format, which I think a lot more people prefer these days. They actually prefer audiobooks, but I need to get into a recording studio and do that myself.
Yeah. Well, see, I want the hard copy because there's no way to really sign an ebook. So Trish, again, thank you. You've been more than generous with your time today, and I really thank you for what you shared. I think what you shared is extremely valuable, and I really hope that people that heard you are going to look you up and track you down and tell them what they want your help with. And I know that you're going to come in there with the BS detector and cut through all that. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you down the road. All the best to you.
Thank you so much, Doug. All the best to you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.